What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm LotusAsakura, the one who never knows best, and in today's video, we're taking a look at Avatar Legends, a new fighting game that's on the horizon that we've talked about on this channel before that I actually have not had a chance to play, but we have new information as well as a new character to take a look at. And if you're seeing this on the channel, that means that I thought it was worthy enough to be. Forgot to turn off alerts. Chunj Bleb, thank you for the 13 months. Welcome back to LotusAsakura Clan. It's all good though. Yeah, this trailer is very short, but I guess there's also an article attached as well that we can take a look at. And if I feel like it's worth uploading to the channel, then we will. But yeah, I did not get a chance to play the first, was it a beta or an alpha that they had? Truth be told, I was completely unaware that it was a thing until it was already live, and it was like a closed one. You had to sign up for it, and I didn't. I believe they're having another one at some point, but I think the game's also releasing soon anyway. I don't know. I'm looking forward to having my chance to. Thank you, Bud, for the resub. Thank you for the 66 months. You know what? Maybe I will turn off alerts. But thank you so much, Bud. I love you. I appreciate it. But yeah, we're going to take a look at this trailer. So that's, you know, par for the course, I guess, if you're going to be recording these live on Twitch, which, by the way, I'm live on twitch.tv/LotusAsakura, although I might be also doing some multi-streaming again in the future. Anyway, to the trailer. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my chance to play this game at some point, because everyone who's played it seems to really like it. Well, actually, hold on, let me run that back. I wasn't locked in. Also, I don't think we're in 1080. I didn't feel like 1080. And I will say as well, that this game, when it first got revealed, I don't know what it is that they changed, right? But I was like optimistic about it. It looked cool. I was interested. But something about the animation looked a little underwhelming, right? To put it politely. And something about, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on these things. Something definitely changed, and it looks better. It looks smoother. I can't quite put my finger on it, or maybe it's just placebo, but something about it visually definitely changed. But it looks a lot better to me than it did on its first reveal. But you know what else? I feel like when I've seen people play this game, it feels like the camera moves around a lot more. I don't know if they like change the amount of camera movement, or if that's just something with this trailer or what. That's definitely something that I wasn't the biggest fan of, because I remember like watching like Diaphone and some other people play it, and I just wish that the camera was a bit more stationary than it is. But anyway, I have Aang and Korra, or Aang if you prefer, Zuko, Toph, which Toph was my favorite character, I think, back in the day when I watched this. And then Katara and Sokka, although I like Katara quite a lot as well. 12 iconic Avatar characters. Okay, so this is the base roster, which, hey, how you doing? How you doing? But, oh wait, she's over here. I didn't know if it was like a secret reveal or what, but Azula is probably the character I'm the most interested in out of everybody on this roster, to be completely honest. Looks like you get an arcade mode, story mode, rollback netcode with crossplay, big W's, ranked matches, that's to be expected, casual matches as well. Isn't it funny how in the year 2026, I mean, granted, there's no issue with them advertising this, right? I feel like, you know, most games would, but you can't even like assume a game is going to release with these types of features these days. You know what I mean? We didn't have games that we played on this channel that we've been excited about, and they came out and they were lacking stuff like this. As crazy as that sounds, as hard as that may be to believe, in 2026, you damn near gotta give a game props for releasing with bare bones necessities and basic features like this, because some of them don't be doing it. Custom lobbies. Hey, there's a few games that drop these days with no custom lobbies. Gallery mode with never before seen art. Wait, that's fire. A training mode with hitboxes and hurt boxes and frame data on release? Do it better than some other games right now. This is bad. Creator bonus, you get the Samurai Appa skin, which is adorable, exclusive character colors, and a year one pass that the character vote on. Okay, so I heard about this, but I don't know if they're gonna elaborate on this or what. Maybe in the article we'll get to read a bit more about this. Now where's baby girl at? Oh, wait, weave? Oh, my boy was slipping and sliding. That's kind of hype. There she is. Yeah, turn up. Turn up. Oh, that's all you gonna give me though? That's all you gonna give me though? That was barely anything, but she looks sick. Hey. If this ends up being a game I play for any amount, I can't imagine her not being the character that I play. I don't know. That's just Lotus energy all day, every day. That's just my type of swag all day, every day. Also, this big selling point right here, $29.99 for the standard edition. You know what I mean? Which I think is great because, first of all, you know, times is hard for a lot of people. I feel it, you know what I'm saying? People can't afford $60, $70, $80 games. Looking at you, Sony and Nintendo. Not your rabbit ass minds. But also, I think I've got a decent idea of how people would feel, because while I do think this game looks pretty damn good, it's really fun from what I hear from everyone else who has played it. It does still have a look about it that makes it seem like it's a cheaper game. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to think about like how the general public would like perceive it when they look at it like, oh, this game, it looks kind of cheap. And I mean that in the most like non-offensive way. I'm just trying to think about like, you know what I'm saying? I think it looks good. I think it looks really good. I think it's like true to the actual cartoon's art style. I think it looks really good. You know what I'm saying? Even like the small like gripe or criticism I had with the animation, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's all in my head, or maybe they did actually change something. It looks smoother and better to me than that first reveal that we got. And if this was like a standard game, it was 40, 50, maybe even $60, I'd probably still buy. I probably would still buy it, especially as a content creator. If I was a regular person, maybe 60 would be like the limit for me. That being said, I'm probably gonna get the deluxe edition for $50 because, you know, but at $29.99, I think this is an easy sell to a lot of people. Avatar is obviously a very beloved IP. The game has a lot of good things going for it in terms of the roster is small, and I'll go ahead and say this, right? 12 character roster, right? I feel like this is worth noting because I don't want people to say about, oh, keep that same energy or hypocrisy or anything like that. I'm just trying to get ahead of the curve on that one, right? We've been critical of games for rosters as of late. Important thing to note. This is a key thing. This is a defining distinction between them. This game is 1v1. Okay. It's 1v1. The game is $30. There's DLC on the way. That makes a massive difference. Okay. The game being 1v1 makes a massive difference. Now, I will say 12 is still a little small. Okay. It is still a little small. It could be bigger. But for $30 for a 1v1 game, I'm okay with 12, especially from a personal standpoint of having a character that immediately stands out to me that I want to play. So $29.99, I think, is going to be an easy sell to a lot of people. We've seen the training mode, the gallery mode, story mode, combo trials, ranked, casual, lobbies, arcade mode, character lessons. So it looks like the game is going to actually try to teach you how to play the game. It looks like the training mode is going to be somewhat robust. I don't know to what degree the features in the training mode actually exist, but we got to see a glimpse of that. And then with the deluxe edition, looks like you also get a digital art book, music soundtrack, unique HUDs, as well as a year one pass where you get 5 additional characters and character colors. So we will be getting alternate colors. I don't know about costumes, but you also get support character skin in APLA, exclusive character colors, and voting privilege for the year one character pass. Okay. So I've never seen anything like this. And you guys let me know if this has existed in any other game, because I don't, maybe it has, but it's the first I'm ever hearing or seeing of anything like this, where you're genuinely going to be able to vote on the characters that you want next as DLC, which is a really interesting and really dope concept where it makes it that much more worth your dollar on the character pass. Now, granted, your vote is still only going to be one vote, but at the end of the day, you do have actual influence over the next character that's going to release, which I think is super sick. So the most popular characters are going to get added. And I'm really interested to see how this works out in a fighting game, because maybe this could be the new meta. Like maybe this is something that like they do in the future of fighting games where like you vote for the characters, and it's 5 characters as opposed to the 4, which I think is usually standard that we see, or at least maybe that's just what I'm used to. So that's also really cool. But yeah, and with if you pre-order the game, you get voting privilege. So I don't know if that means that like your vote counts more, you get to vote early, or only people who pre-order get to vote. But the game also releases in July, which is just a few months away. It's March, it's almost April, basically. It's what I'm recording this, it's March 30th right now, so we're basically 3 months away from this game, and I'm looking forward to it. You can pre-order it now on Steam, and yeah, there's a bit more here in this trailer as well. So let's see, anything else here at the end? I don't think so, but I'll let it play out anyway. And it'll be on the Switch 1 and Switch 2, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, as well as Steam. Smash 4 did that? Did they actually? Also was good, Ram. I don't know if the voting will catch on. I don't know if it will or won't, but I think it's a really cool, interesting concept. I'm really interested in seeing how it plays out and how people feel about it. Ty Lee and Suki would be great. Would be great picks. I'd be down for that. I wonder if Azula is gonna have like any of them as support or anything like that. But yeah, that's super dope. Okay, let me see if I can find this this article that apparently also exists. I don't know if it was a PlayStation article or what. All right, so boom, Avatar Legends: The Fighting Game Elemental Bending Breakdown. Have you ever wondered how you'd fight if you could bend an element, maybe even all the elements? Last October at New York Comic Con 2025, we had the privilege of revealing Avatar Legends: The Fighting Game, a competitive fighter that brings the bending arts of the Avatar universe into your hands. Here at Gameplay Group International, we are proud to announce our partnership with PM Studios to publish Avatar Legends: The Fighting Game. Bringing deep expertise in development, distribution, and publishing, PM Studios continues to build a strong portfolio of acclaimed titles and popular franchises. Avatar Legends: The Fighting Game officially releases on July 2nd, and we are excited to bring this action-packed experience to players worldwide. We're also excited to share that Avatar Legends: The Fighting Game will launch at $29.99 for the standard edition. At release, the game will feature a roster of 12 playable characters, each inspired by the bending styles and personalities of the Avatar universe. Look pretty good. Each character's bending style translates seamlessly into the fighting game format, with even shared elements expressed in distinct and dynamic ways. Players can shape their approach to combat by selecting from three support characters tied to each fighter, unlocking modified abilities and new strategic possibilities based on their preferred playstyle. At the core of the combat system is the flow mechanic. With a single input, players can dodge incoming attacks, slip beneath projectiles, launch into the air, or chain directly into character-specific abilities. Each fighter has their own flow options, enabling fluid, creative movement that captures the agility and spectacle of the series. Some bending styles, however, are impossible to overlook. Azula is one of them. Ruthless, unpredictable, slightly unhinged, and yet incredibly precise. We knew we had to get her just right. Zuko's younger sister and the daughter of Fire Lord Ozai, Azula is fiercely ambitious and unrelenting in her pursuit of power. Her blue flame and lightning attacks reflect the drive and intensity that make her one of the most dangerous firebenders in the Avatar universe. I'm not shocked at all if she ends up being the most popular character in the game, at least on launch or at a casual level, right? Day one, I expect the game to be flooded with Azula players just because I just feel like that's just gonna be who people are drawn to. Maybe it's just me, you know, maybe it's just me, but like I just feel like she looks so dope that, like, you know what I mean? I just feel like she's gonna take over. Probably could have been zoomed in a little bit more. I could have sworn I turned those off. But also, thank you for the 5 months. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome back. I could have sworn I turned the bitches off. But anywho, Azula's struggling. Where were we? In Avatar Legends, Azula dominates the skies with exceptional air mobility. She can weave in and out of combat using aerial movement and fire attacks that let her control space above the battlefield. Azula's struggling states of mind have been captured in two polarizing gameplay toolkits. In focus mode, Azula fights with calculated precision, setting traps and controlling space with lethal attacks. The moves become smoother, with many of her special abilities leaving behind oil traps that can be ignited with a flick of her wrist. She also gains access to a grounded fireball, giving her stronger space control. This is the Azula of deceit, control, and composure, the poised future ruler of the Fire Nation. It turned her bipolar disorder into a stance. Yo, she's Tira. Low key. Wait, this is sick. In Fire Lord mode, Azula abandons restraint and fully embraces chaos. Traps are replaced with raw destructive power as her moveset shifts toward relentless offense. Her attacks grow significantly more powerful, her movement becomes more erratic, and several of her abilities transform entirely. For example, her standard fireball evolves to a towering wall of flame that slowly advances across the battlefield, forcing opponents to face head-on. I'm liking what I'm reading. Not every fighter relies on bending though. Sokka stands out on the roster as one of the few characters who holds his own without it. A core member of Team Avatar, aka the gang. I don't think I've ever heard anybody whatever. He hails from the Southern Water Tribe, maybe I'm just not tapped in. The Southern Water Tribe alongside his sister Katara. He relies on wit, grit, and weapon hits. Love the expressions. Sokka is the sarcastic strategist of Team Avatar, relying on creativity, humor, and improvisation instead of the power of the elements. To reflect his eccentric personality, Sokka plays very differently from the rest of the cast. He can cancel many of his normal moves directly into powerful flow options, allowing players to constantly reposition and keep opponents guessing. The trade-off is that Sokka cannot chain his normals into C attacks like the other fighters, meaning players must rely on mobility, timing, and creativity to stay ahead. I don't know why, but I'm immediately getting Yoshimitsu vibes, and I don't like that. I have a feeling I'm gonna hate Sokka players. I don't know why, but I'm just it's feeling like in my head, his arsenal includes a club, his meteorite sword, and his trusty boomerang. Instead of straightforward offense, Sokka thrives on tricky movement, unexpected positioning, and attacks that force opponents to constantly adapt. With clever tricks, unpredictable movement, and a loyal boomerang that always returns, he proves that you don't need bending to become a legend. Yeah, we gonna see. This is a hilarious frame. Fighters as different as Azula and Sokka highlight just how many ways there are to approach combat in Avatar Legends, the fighting game. The standard edition of Avatar Legends, the fighting game, will launch at $29.99. We can't wait to see how you shape these betting styles into something entirely your own. Be sure to wishlist the game now on PlayStation 5 to stay updated as we get closer to launch. Hey man. Methinks me in there. All it takes is getting one sick ass character. You're like, oh, I really got to play them. Also, with it being like 29, let's just say I'm probably gonna spend the $50 on the deluxe edition anyway, unless somehow, some way I end up getting a code for the game, which can never entirely rule out as a content creator. That might come my way. But if I don't end up getting gifted a code in some form or fashion, I will be spending the $50 for the deluxe edition of the game because it looks sick. My only other thing that I'll say is that I wish, it doesn't look like this is going to be the case. I wish it had a physical release. I'm getting the impression that it's not getting a physical release. And y'all just know me, I'm a physical collector. It's not a deal breaker for me, but I'm actually trying to collect things physically, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna have one. It looks like it might be a digital only type beat, but I would love to be wrong. I don't know if anybody knows for sure whether or not that is the case. But yeah, man, Avatar Legends. We in there. We will all be buying. You know what I'm saying? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoy. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay tuned for all this content that I'm bringing you. But all that being said, that's pretty much all I have today. Remember, for the capital from the bad. Later.